Tonight at St James Park, every nuance will matter because this is not simply Newcastle versus Barcelona. It is a strategic duel centred on one player, Pedri. Eddie Howe has watched, measured and judged, and publicly signalled what he believes is the hinge of this encounter. If you silence Barcelona's chief conductor, you blunt the team's whole rhythm. Pedri is more than a passer. He is the metronome who finds the invisible lanes between lines, the midfielder who reads where a defender will be and arrives there before anyone notices. That makes him both brilliant and fiendishly difficult to contain. Howe's answer, as the manager has hinted, will be less about heroics and more about discipline. Compact midfield shape, urgent pressure in possession, selective double teaming when the ball reaches those central pockets, and the readiness to trade space in wide areas for control over the middle. In practical terms, that means Newcastle will try to force Barcelona away from the calm, short passing patterns and coax them into less comfortable long transitions, where set pieces, physical duels and direct play become levellers. It will also mean midfielders must rotate, communicate and accept the tactical frustration of giving up a little of the ball to deny the dangerous moments. Putting a single man on Pedri rarely works. The solution is collective denial, the coordinated shadowing that reroutes passing lanes and makes the simplest sideways ball look risky. But the plan carries its own threat. Commit too many bodies to controlling Pedri and you invite other creative players to exploit space. Barcelona's depth and quality means Newcastle must thread a narrow needle, be aggressive enough to interrupt, disciplined enough not to leave destructive gaps, and clever enough to punish the moments when Barcelona are forced into longer possession. Those on-field micro-battles will define the narrative. If Newcastle succeed, the reward is huge, a seismic result that would announce the Magpies as serious contenders in a group that will remember a night when a home side stared down one of Spain's elite. For Howe, successfully choking Pedri's influence would vindicate months of detailed scouting and tactical rehearsals, and it would buy his side momentum and belief across the league and Europe. If they fail, the consequences are immediate and merciless. Pedri's small, precise touches will expand into chance-creating drives and Barcelona will regain the possession rhythm that renders opposing game plans obsolete. Beyond tactics, there are human stories too. A young midfielder established as a maestro, a manager staking his reputation on a single blueprint, and a crowd at St James Park primed to roar at every imperfect pass or brilliant flick. Tonight's match will be measured in inches and instincts, in pressure applied and composure held, and the single duel over Pedri may feel like a microcosm of modern football, where subtle control beats raw power and timing beats volume. Expect football measured by small victories. A broken pass, a successful interception, a forced long ball turned into a counter. Those small wins accumulate into the larger outcome. By full-time, pundits will pass whether Howe's plan was bold or overcautious, whether Newcastle achieved enough to interrupt Barcelona's machine, or whether Pedri's spatial genius simply found new pockets to haunt. Whichever way it goes, tonight is a lesson in how one player's influence can pull strings across 90 minutes and how one manager's tactical bravery can define a season's first European statement.